you can easily intercept wireless signals.
Please explain. Please explain this part of safety. You mentioned already that there is a safety issue if we're going to have all these towers and lots of them, because there are possibility that hackers can come in and take your information, data.
Well, yes. 5G is known to be insecure. And Tom Wheeler, who was the former Federal Communications Commissioner, said that he actually, after he left the FCC, co-wrote an article, and he calls this the 5G cyber paradox. Because the more efficient the architecture is for 5G in order to get the data faster and to deliver it faster, the more insecure 5G is. So it's inherent in its architecture. And it's much less secure than 3G or 4G. There was in terms of, it's part of the Internet of Things, right? So let me tell you a story that happened in Nevada. There was a casino, and they had a fish tank. The fish tank had a thermostat, which regulates the temperature of the tank. And there were hackers that were able to get into the casino's database through that thermostat, because the thermostat was connected through IoT, Internet of Things. They went through the thermostat, got access to their database, and they were able to extract from the database some very valuable information, and they put it up on the internet.
Please explain us what is Internet of Things.
So Internet of Things is where you have different devices talking to each other, so that if you, let's say, have your cell phone and you want to turn up the thermostat in your house, and you're not in your house, but you're on the road and you want to turn up the thermostat, so you do that. Or you turn on, the stove with your cell phone or your device, or you have different devices that interact, your modem, your router, all sorts of things. So they talk to each other, right? So you have it's machine to machine communications. And when you have that, especially if it's wireless, there are many, many surfaces on where a hacker can come in and hack the information, because it's wireless signals. And because 5G needs to have so many antennas around and so many nodes, you gain access to one node, you gain access to the whole thing, because 5G is not a hardware-based system, it is a software-based system. So you gain access to one node, you gain access pretty much to the entire network. 3G and 4G are hardware-based systems. So if there's a security breach, you can quarantine the breach. It's easier to quarantine the breach. With a 5G, I don't know how you quarantine the breach with a 5G, a breach in data with 5G. And that's what happened to the Nevada casino. They had a big breach because of, as a result of their IoT connection.
But why telecommunication companies don't invest in this safer way? Why they are using this 5G if there are so many potential dangers in the future?
Well, they're not responsible for the potential dangers. It's a great business model. You get all the benefits, but you don't get the liability. Mm-hmm. You don't get the liability for health hazards. You don't get the liability for security breaches, because if there's a security breach, it's the company that bought the 5G service, right? And so they're, or the company that's responsible for that. But it's usually not. A telecom carrier can get involved, I guess, but there's plausible deniability, and they can say, well, maybe the breach was due to something else, or whatever it is. It's a great business model. They can make a lot of profits without the liability. So I don't know to what extent the carriers have liability in the event of a data breach, because it depends on on where the source of that data breach is. So it's sometimes difficult, and you have to do forensics to figure that out.